Slumpbuster Reacts is brought to you by cavemancoffee.com. You use our promo code SLUMP, you get 15% off of their great cold brew coffees. Like this one right here. I got the mocha cold brew latte. I think it's pretty good. It's not too bad. It's got a nice MCT oil in there plus stevia sugar. So it's not that bad. 88 calories, and it will wake you up in the morning. And also, I highly recommend the Nitro Cold Brew. Just shake it up, and you're ready to go. Alright, buddy. I hope you enjoy my reaction. Hey, everybody. Welcome back to Slumpbuster Reacts. And, well, we're moving further in the NBA playoffs. The Lakers are officially out. And it's just... I just can't wait to see who makes it to the final. Like I said, my prediction is still the Nets. I still think they're going to take it all. But let's not ponder on that right now. So I've always wondered where the NBA teams have gotten their names from. Luckily, Juju sent me a video that I want to react to. I'm going to do 2 parts of this video. But I'm like very interested. Let's just say I'm a historical junkie. So I'm like really stoked to watch this. So I hope y'all enjoy it. This video is called How It Was Named NBA Teams. Alright, let's watch it. So we got this video from Justin Learns Things. So please go check him out. It's a good channel.
A good name is essential in any sport, and the NBA is no different. A team name comes in 2 parts. First, there's the location of the team, and the second is the nickname that the team chooses for themselves. Each team has its own story. Let's take a look. Let's start with the Sacramento Kings, the oldest running franchise in the NBA. The team was founded as a semi-pro team in Rochester, New York in 1920.
I had no idea that the Sacramento Kings were the oldest. Wow, that's crazy.
They were originally named the Seagrams. Now you may be asking, what's a Seagram? Me too. Is it a pilgrim of the sea? I don't know, let me look. What is a Seagram? Okay, here's something. Seagram's the drink, named after Joseph E. Seagram. Well, that's the best I can find. Literally, I have no idea what a Seagram is. Anyway, when the Seagrams joined the NBL in 1945, which you can check out on my first video, they renamed themselves the Rochester Royals. In 1957, now part of the NBA after the NBL and BAA merger, they moved to Cincinnati, and they became the Cincinnati Royals. Then, in 1972, they moved and split time between Kansas City and Omaha. Because of Kansas City's baseball team, they changed their name from the Royals, and that's when they became the Kings. Side note, I love themed sports cities, so the Kings fit perfectly with KC's sports theme. The Kings, the Royals, the Chiefs. Maybe one day I'll make a video about how awesome themed sports cities are. In 1975, they moved full-time to Kansas City, but it was short-lived. After only a decade, the team relocated for a final time to Sacramento, finally becoming the Sacramento Kings. Number 2, the Detroit Pistons.
Wow, that's crazy.
Now, the Pistons have always been the Pistons, but they too started life as part of the NBL in Fort Wayne, Indiana. They were actually called the Fort Wayne Zollner Pistons, adding a 3rd part to our team name anatomy.
Okay, that name is too long, like way too long. I'm so glad they changed it.
The name of the owner. Zollner actually owned a company that made Pistons. That's where they got the nickname from. I mean, talk about great ad placement. It'd be like the Cleveland Cavs being called the Cleveland Gilbert Quickens. Shoot, I really shouldn't give Dan Gilbert branding ideas. When the team moved to the Basketball Association of America before the merger that created the NBA, they dropped the Zollner from the name. Because of Fort Wayne's small size, it made it difficult to turn a profit with the Pistons. So in 1957, Zollner moved his Pistons to the Motor City. The team finally became the Detroit Pistons, a name that remarkably worked out.
In 1957, wow. Dang.
Perfectly. Number 3, the Atlanta Hawks. In 1946, the Hawks were born in Buffalo, New York as the Buffalo Bisons of the NBL. However, because of the team's inability to draw fans after only 38 days, the team relocated to the Tri-City metropolis of Moline and Rock Island, Illinois, and Davenport, Iowa. Okay, Metropolis is generous. Their name was changed upon relocation to the admittedly clunky sounding Tri-Cities Blackhawks. In 1951, now a part of the
Okay, that's not a good name at all.
NBA, and realizing that the Tri-Cities are much too small for an NBA team, the team relocated to Milwaukee and became the Milwaukee Hawks. After only 4 years there, the Hawks traded their Miller for Budweiser, and they moved from Milwaukee, becoming the St. Louis Hawks. Despite finding success on the court in St. Louis, the owner had a dispute over the quality of the arena, and they were unable to solve it, so he just sold the team to Atlanta-based owners who moved the team in 1968, giving us the Atlanta Hawks. Number 4, Boston Celtics. This is one of the boring ones, but this is going to be a long video, so that's okay. In 1946, the Celtics were established as a charter member of the BAA. The name Celtics comes from the Celtic people, or Celtic people. It depends on who you ask. Many Irish people immigrated to Boston, and many Irish people trace their ancestry back to the Celts. So Irish, Celts, Boston, Celtics. Number 5, the Golden State Warriors. The Warriors have always been the Warriors, however, they began as the Philadelphia Warriors in the BAA in 1946. A new owner purchased the team in 1962 and moved them to San Francisco. In the late 60s, however, the team began to play more and more games in Oakland instead of San Francisco. And in 1971, the Oakland Arena became their home arena. So rather than change their name from San Francisco to the Oakland Warriors, they opted for the more statewide representation of Golden State Warriors. California's official state nickname? You guessed it, Golden State. Number 6.
That's pretty smart, actually. That's actually good naming.
The New York Knicks. The Knicks were also a founding member of the BAA in 1946, and they have always been the New York Knicks. A Knickerbocker was originally a name given to the descendants of Dutch settlers of what was at the time New Amsterdam. But soon it became New York, and later the term Knickerbocker became a way of describing anyone from New York, so the New York Knicks. Number 7, the Philadelphia 76ers. In 1946, Daniel Biasone founded the Syracuse Nationals as part of the National Basketball League. The team remained in Syracuse until new owners purchased them and moved them in 1963 to Philadelphia, just 1 year after the Philadelphia Warriors had moved to San Francisco. Upon relocation, the team held a contest to decide the new name for the team. The winning name, the Philadelphia 76ers. The name comes from the year the Declaration of Independence was signed in Independence Hall in Philadelphia. 1776, Philadelphia 76ers. Number 8, the Lakers. The Lakers as a franchise started in 1947 with the purchase of a recently defunct franchise, the Detroit Gems. This franchise was then re-established in Minneapolis, Minnesota, and named the Minneapolis Lakers, an allusion to the state's nickname of Land of 10,000 Lakes. In 1960, because of financial troubles and low attendance, their owner decided to move the team to Los Angeles. This unintentionally began the terrible trend of teams with nicknames that fit their former city but make no sense in their current location. I mean, when's the last time you went boating on a lake in LA? Yeah, that's what I thought. I see you Lakers with your bad name. Number 9, the Washington Wizards. Buckle up, this is a messy one. The first NBA expansion team was the Wizards. Well, kind of. The Wizards began life in a very different industry. Far from Hogwarts, they were founded in Chicago as the Chicago Packers. Yes, you heard correctly. They were founded as the Chicago Packers. The name was a wink and a nod to Chicago's meatpacking industry, but unsurprisingly to anyone who knows anything about sports rivalries, the name was incredibly unpopular. The name Packers was already synonymous with the Green Bay Packers, a huge rival of Chicago's own NFL team. So after only one season as the Packers, the franchise changed its name to the Chicago Zephyrs. All right, back to Google. What is a Zephyr? Well, as far as I can tell, a Zephyr is a gentle breeze. Not exactly a name that inspires fear in your opponents there, Chicago Zephyrs. This experiment as the Zephyrs was not a successful one. After only a season, In 1963, the team relocated to Baltimore and became the Baltimore Bullets. They were named after the defunct BAA NBA franchise that was in Baltimore but had folded in 1954, becoming the last NBA franchise to date to completely cease operations. A decade later in 1973, the team moved from Baltimore to a DC suburb and became the Capital Bullets. This name only stuck around for one season before the team completed the Baltimore to Washington transition, becoming the Washington Bullets in 1974. In the mid-90s, the Bullets decided to change their name again because of rising crime and homicide rates in DC. So in 1997, trying to distance themselves from gun crimes, the Bullets became the Wizards. Number 10, the Chicago Bulls.
That's crazy.
After losing their previous franchise, more like running them out of town for naming them the Packers, Chicago received another expansion team in 1966. The team was named the Bulls and succeeded in both tying the team name to the meatpacking industry, which the name Packers failed at, and in being a strong and intimidating name, which the Zephyrs failed to do. So all around, Bulls, very successful name. Number 11, the Brooklyn Nets. In 1967, the Nets were founded as a member of the ABA under the name the New Jersey Americans. They originally tried to be the New York Americans, but the NBA pressured them out of New York and across the river to New Jersey. But in 1968, they secured a move to Long Island, changing their name in the process to the New York Nets. Nets was chosen as the name because, basketball and nets. But it was also chosen because Nets rhymes with Mets and Jets. Gotta love sports-themed cities. After the NBA-ABA merger, the Nets were pressured again to move back to New Jersey by the NBA in 1977. This is when they became the New Jersey Nets, what I've known for most of my life. However, after not landing a new deal for an arena in Newark in the mid-2000s, the Nets were sold to a new ownership group who began plans to build an arena in Brooklyn. In 2012, the team moved to their new home and finally became the Brooklyn Nets. Number 12, the Denver Nuggets.
That's crazy.
The Nuggets were also part of the ABA. Originally, they planned to be located in Kansas City, but unable to find a suitable arena, the team agreed to move to Denver. The original name was the Denver Larks, named after the state bird of Colorado. However, because the ownership group did not have enough money to operate the franchise, even before games began, the owners had to sell a 2/3 stake in the franchise to the owner of a long-haul trucking company who decided to rename the team the Denver Rockets. In 1972, the team was sold to new owners who wanted to set the team up well for an anticipated move to the NBA, knowing that the ABA was likely to be merged once a handful of legal stuff was worked out. But there was a problem. The NBA already had a team named the Rockets. So in 1974, these new owners held a contest and renamed the team the Nuggets. Nuggets was chosen in honor of a Denver team of the same name that helped found the NBA. That team, however, only lasted one season in the NBA before it went defunct. The name pays respect to the mining industry that has been in Colorado since the 1800s. Number 13, Houston Rockets. The Houston Rockets were founded in 1967 in San Diego, California. The name Rockets was chosen because of the branch of General Dynamics, an aerospace company that was located in San Diego developing the Atlas rocket. Because of poor attendance, the team was sold in 1971 to an investment group in Texas. The team was relocated to Houston, becoming Texas's first NBA team. The name Rockets was perfect for Houston, and it was kept upon relocation because of Houston's close ties to the space industry.
Houston, we've had a problem.
Number 14, the Indiana Pacers. Starting life as an ABA franchise, the Pacers were founded in 1967. The name refers to both the way that horses run in racing and the pace car used in car races to set the pace and positions for a rolling start. The Indy 500 is famous for its pace cars and has used one every year since 1911. Number 15, the Oklahoma.
All right, guys, I'm going to stop it right there. So that's really interesting. I can't wait to hear about the history of the San Antonio Spurs. I mean, league-wise, team-wise, we have a really good history, especially with great players and great coaches. Oh my God, like Greg Popovich. Popovich is a legend. Alright, buddy, I hope you all enjoyed my reaction. I didn't really react much to this one, but I find this video very interesting. I hope you all too. Like I said, I'm a history junkie. I love to learn new things about history. Alright, buddies. And also, please anticipate for part 2 to come out next week. Alright, buddy. I hope you all enjoyed the video. If you like our content, please like and subscribe. Please follow the Slumpbuster on the various social media platforms and listen to us where you get your podcasts. Alright, buddy. Stay safe and have a good one.